So, as the chair of the CDCult, Committee of Culture, at the Council of Europe, you represent the interest of the Council of Europe member, but also you represent the UNESCO German Committee for UNESCO. And I would like to ask you how these two organizations approach the new challenges in culture policy. Do you see any cross-references between their work in this area? How would you project, for instance, and are you going to project at all your involvement here to this and to the other intergovernmental level that you are involved into?
I think that policies of change is the word which brings together the challenges we have in all the multilateral arenas we are involved in. And in one hand, it's a very interesting moment for the Council of Europe, and for the first time also in partnership with the European Commission and many other actors, to really reassess where are we in terms of strengthening our artistic and creative realities in society, and working towards fair futures. Maybe that's a good impression. And what is sometimes so interesting is when you are in a global forum, as Europeans, you very often have a much clearer understanding of what your comparative strength is at the region of Europe. For instance, I think that one of the great opportunities of Europe might be, for the next 20 years, really to have a much clearer understanding of the value of our very well-educated and active civil society and professional communities. That probably is the biggest asset we have in comparison to other parts of the world who are starting moving there. And sometimes it's easier to see that when you are not talking as Europeans to each other, but in dialogue with many other colleagues from other parts of the world. And cultural policies, as we know them today, have grown out of a certain democratic tradition which developed in Europe, and we are in a very interesting moment to start a real dialogue also with colleagues from Asia, from Latin America, to see how they reinvent that type of policy in their own societies. So my feel is, in the long run, or even in the medium run, we should become much more open. Even as a European conference, it might be very inspiring to get more voices from Brazil, from Australia. We had input to see together how to respond to a new awareness how many treasures we have within our societies and which are carried through culture and the arts.
Okay, and thank you. And from this conference, what will be for you the main message that you would like to carry out with you in your work in the culture policy making at all these levels that you are functioning?
I think it's so helpful to really dare and think more long term. And really see much more clearly how we need to work towards new combinations of working in education. We heard the catchword of parenting yesterday, and to see how the rethinking of how we create our economy, which is taking place in all public bodies at this point in time, even including the understanding that we need new notions of cross-domestic product, of measuring well-being, so that it's really worthwhile looking for convergence. And by doing so, also being rather self-confident that culture as a system has to offer many things to many people, and there is no need to be defensive or to be only worried about tomorrow's budget. So that may become more clear maybe in 2030, but I'm rather confident that we are in a very interesting moment.
Thank you.